You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show.
I get it, what? That's right, I said it. Live the life you wish you had. Sugar, spice, and
Sassy finger.
Oh.
Hey, that's Chevonne's little trademark. The sassy. Oh, you gonna do that? Welcome to the
Bad Girls Club, bad girl.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for the Bad Girls Club, Season 11, Episode 3, Tap In, Tap Out, but it should have been called The Damn Sarah Show.
Yes.
It's your boy, DJ Jesse, joined in studio by the lovely Stephanie Bauer.
Hi, nice to have you back.
And you did such an amazing job.
Yes, you
Yes,
did,
you
girl.
did.
Yes, you did.
I had to go back and watch my ladies.
Yay!
The beautiful Chevonne Hughes.
Hey, y'all.
And the illuminative Drea Renee.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
I just can't
She's speaking in Spanish.
All right.
She got everyone twisting their tongue.
Ew.
So I had to watch the episode by myself last week, which I was really irritated because I wasn't here.
I know.
But that's why I had to go back and watch y'all's opinions because we were kind of on the fence about all the girls. You know, obviously the first episode, it's like going into the house. You don't want to pick your favorite yet
Right.
because you know by episode 4 or 5 they ain't gonna be it.
Right.
True.
So we got Gigi in the house, and I don't know. I kind of like Gigi. I was feeling Gigi for a little bit, but as for the other girls, everyone's kind of flip-flopping,
Yeah.
or they're all just kind of like Mimi says the best, her puppets. And I would definitely say Mimi is the mastermind of the house.
What?
No?
She's a messy
She thinks
mastermind.
she is.
Yeah.
She thinks she is, but
Yeah.
she's the only one actually doing any sort of instigating, which to me, and these girls aren't, they're kind of going with it.
Yeah, they seem oblivious. They don't know that she's doing it, but she's doing it.
I mean, it's not like Julie or
No.
who was last season. I can't even think.
Yeah.
But she, at the end of the day, she's not being a mastermind manipulator, but she's being an instigator, and it's causing everybody to kind of,
Well, it's so easy to do it.
yeah.
They make it so easy
Yeah.
for someone to get into their head. There's just nothing there that's
she's
hard.
just planting little seeds.
Yeah.
That's all she's doing, like going around dropping them, and then they're like sprouting everywhere.
Right.
She's like,
Like Jack and the Beans, she growing her beanstalk.
a Biba stock.
But definitely the Sarah show tonight. I mean, overall, going into this episode, what is everyone's thoughts on Sarah?
Well, I think last week, I'm kind of thinking maybe it was the editing because last week we were all annoyed by her. We were hating on her the whole after show. People were calling in and like, look at this video of her. And we're like, oh, we can't wait to see it. We hate her. But I kind of now looking back, maybe it was the editing that just made her look really bad last week because now I think we're back to, I don't know. I think everyone's just giving her a hard time. She's never like, I think that she's like a bitchy bad girl just as much as the rest of them are. But I think last week they just really pointed it out a lot. Now it's back to everybody's a bitchy bad girl on the show, every single person, and they're all attacking her. So last week, I don't know, I think maybe I was a little bit wrong about Sarah because this week I liked her. So
Yeah,
think,
this
Dre?
week I liked her too, and I feel like it was also childish. Everyone coming at her, and nobody stepped up and was like, "Y'all, this is ridiculous." So even though I don't agree with everything that she's doing, and she is a little bitchy and weird, I liked her because she stood up for herself. She's like, "No, I'm not going nowhere." So bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Next. So I like her.
What about you, Chevonne?
I'm still on the fence with her. I mean, I liked her before, but
You said you saw a video of her.
yeah, I saw a video of her pointed out to me by someone on Twitter for some reality show. I'm not sure if it's like a pilot, like it hasn't aired yet, but it was like the Mistresses of Atlanta or something like that. And which, by the way, it's a horrible like immoral idea for a show. But anyway,
And it'll probably get the highest ratings.
But so first off, talked about how she was getting. Well, it actually showed her getting ass injections.
Oh,
So it ain't real. It ain't real,
well,
y'all.
she never claimed for it to be real, right?
I think she did, didn't she?
I don't think she ever did.
She did.
Not be Kim Kardashian.
Oh, you're right. And then she made a comment about African American vaginas, saying something about how gross they are, black on the outside, pink in the inside. Who would want that? A little upsetting.
Wow.
But I always root for the underdog, and whenever someone's getting, ganged up on, I'm always gonna like feel a little concerned for them. But there's some annoying aspects to her that are just a little too much right now.
It's funny because it's like, all right, so last week watching it, I said to myself, Sarah, like, okay, she said one thing talking about Gigi. It was like,
Yes.
replacements are stronger. Like, I get how that's a stupid comment,
And she's
but she
drunk.
never really even finished the thought of why replacements were stronger, because I think she said it and she was sitting there kind of like, oh, wait, that doesn't really make sense. And then Sarah kind of rode that horse.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did she
Yes.
ever?
Okay, and I get it, like initiating someone in, but it got kind of tiresome at the end of it.
Everybody was initiating her in. The drunk shots and the baby monitor. A bunch of them were in on it. Now it comes back to this episode, and Sarah was the only mean one. Like,
Right.
Right. And so, with Sarah, do I think that there are things that Sarah says that irritates a lot of people in the house?
Yes.
Do I think Mimi says things that probably irritate people
A
in the
lot
house?
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them say things. So it's just kind of like, I feel like it's a mean girl thing. Okay, you guys don't want to mess with her. Just don't talk to her. Stop antagonizing her. Because they talk to her a little bit and they try to do things that are going to antagonize her. Like, you're really going to have a house meeting and sit down and say, we all want you out of the house. Well, what is that going to do?
What?
Yeah.
You can't just do that. And the person that was in the confessional, I think, was Jazz. She's like, I didn't like what I saw. I forget what they were even talking about. Maybe her sitting around in her underwear when that guy
yes,
came over.
yes, yes.
She's like, I didn't like what I saw, so I want her out. And then they all had a
what?
meeting. Like, what? This
Well,
is
is it
like
better-
Survivor, where you vote someone out.
Right.
Like, Sarah looked at them like they were stupid. Like,
Crazy.
are you insane? Like, I'm not going anywhere. Are you kidding me? That was just
I loved how
ridiculous.
she was like, no, sorry.
No,
I'm not gonna go.
And
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have some of the girls come on the show throughout the season. I'm excited to hear, because I feel like we are going to get a bunch of different sides. Well, we obviously, but it'll be interesting to get Jazz in to hear her side of the story as far as like where she switched, because for me it was just like
Out of nowhere.
I didn't see this
Literally.
as her personality, and it's kind of irritated with me, Jess. So it'll be nice to have her come in and say, hey, you know what? She was doing A, B, C, and
And
D.
you guys
This
didn't
wasn't
see it.
caught on
Yeah.
camera.
Because Jazz shares the room with her, so she probably does. She's probably the
Oh,
most sick of her out of
yeah.
anyone. And I
That's
and I
right.
do think Sarah's really obsessed with herself, and it is all about her all the time, which of course is annoying in the house.
So then leave room. Leave the room.
Right.
Don't sit here and tell me, oh, well, okay, well, let's just start from the top. So Sarah versus Gigi, it was continued from last week. Sarah pushes first, and then they just go ham at each other. And
Gigi was just.
you know what, though? I mean,
Gigi, oh my
both,
God.
both of them
Yeah, both,
really, the punches were real hard. But I got to give props, like you said, to Gigi, because
I mean,
her punches were so straight
Direct.
on and
Yes.
just like,
For Connecticut girl,
Damn,
that was good. That was
No,
good.
Gigi's from Brooklyn.
She's from Brooklyn.
Wait.
Stephanie's from Connecticut.
Oh, she is? Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
take it
yeah,
back. Never mind.
She had some straight hard-on punches. But then Gigi says, you know what? I want to hear your side of the story. Why did this fight even happen? It doesn't make sense. And from there, I was like, you know what? All right, maybe Gigi,
Yeah.
is finally someone in the house that has some common sense.
I love this fighting then talking.
Yeah.
that everyone's doing. It's really
well,
funny to me.
Did you guys think that it was fake in the confessional? Because later on in the show, I think it was T said it was totally fake in the confessional. Did you guys think that Sarah's apology or them talking out in the confessional was fake? Because I didn't think it was at all.
No, I didn't think it was fake. I think Sarah is the type of person like, wait a minute, everyone was riding for Team Hate the New Girl, and I'm the only one who actually followed through with it. And it got Sarah pushed into a corner where, okay, I have to fight the new girl now. I'm going to fight you because that's what I do. And then wait, okay, she's big enough to come at me and not to apologize, but to say like what's
Talk
going
it
on.
out.
Let's sit
Right.
down, find out, what happened. So I respect that. And one thing Sarah did say today, she said, all these bitches are mad at me because I'm just saying what it is, like, or how
Right.
I feel. Like, And going into a Bad Girls Club, I feel like you have to know that there are going to be girls that irritate you. And if you are going to respect anybody, because I was kind of wishy-washy with Stephanie too until she said, you know what, I respect that you stayed in the house after we told you to get kicked out.
I feel like what happened with Sarah, she was trying to shoot for that with Gigi. Like, I feel like she wanted everybody in the house against Gigi. Like, once the initiation thing passed,
backfired?
she wanted to keep it going so she could be, like, in the group, and then Gigi was her, and then it totally backfired, and then now she's completely separate.
Yeah. When Gigi came in is when everybody else bonded, because no one else really liked each other that much.
No.
But now they're all best friends,
Well,
and it's like when Gigi came in.
It's like a nice little social experiment on like pack mentality if you want to get like scientific about it. You know, it's just like that one person new addition adds to the group, and then all of a sudden they find the weakling or someone who's perceived as the weakling, and they just kind of like want to just have a focus, just have something to do.
Yep.
But here's what I like about Sarah. She always is just like, okay, that's what you didn't like. That's what I didn't like. Okay. Like,
Right.
I don't
Like,
feel
I'm
like
gonna go
anybody
smoke a
else,
cigarette.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else, and I do think it's genuine. I don't really think anybody else in the house is like that. And I like that they did it in the confessional, so it's caught on camera, yet no one else like Mimi is involved. You know,
Right.
I liked that.
While the girls are talking, all of a sudden now Teresa has snapped her damn mind.
What was that? She
That
seemed
was the most
bipolar. I was like, what the
bizarre
hell?
thing. And we're going to see it next week, too. Bipolar, I think, is the right word.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something we didn't see. Maybe there's something that happened that we don't know. Because
That
it
was
just kind of came
bipolar
out of
for me.
nowhere.
But
Today?
even today, though, because that came out, and maybe you're right. Maybe
Well-
Teresa can come in and be like, hey, you know what? You guys didn't see A, B, C, and D. She kept calling me emo. Like, girl, get over it.
Well, she had been irritated from the start. From day one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it was just a buildup.
And what I didn't like about Teresa was that she goes in and says, this is so fake, you guys, and then comes and brings the baby monitor in. Like, look what Sarah was doing to you. Like, she unveiled this huge plot, and it's like, hold up, bitch, because Stephanie came
Was
with
it-
me to go get it.
And
That's what I'm
Stephanie's
surprised.
idea.
And Sarah didn't call one other person out.
No, she didn't.
Because she didn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't
She
care that
doesn't.
much.
Right.
She really doesn't.
Like, really, at that point, it's like, Gigi, we done fought. We just literally physically fought. Like, you gonna get mad at me because I bought a baby monitor?
Like, we're okay. We already did it. Bye.
Good job, Teresa.
Yeah. And she took that moment. I'm angry. Slap. I was like, okay, let's turn it
You need
out.
to calm down.
Do you think there's some part of Sarah that's kind of relishing in all this attention, like from
Yes.
all this hate?
Because let me
You're doing
tell you,
something right. When someone hates you that much, you're doing something right.
Right.
this the whole after show we're going to be talking about Sarah, and it's just like
entire
it's
show.
hard for me to kind of think of how the episode was formatted because it's like. At the end of the day, I think that there are certain girls in the house that are jealous of Sarah.
Yes.
You think?
And
They're so jealous of her.
here's where I say the mastermind part because, or maybe you guys can tell me best, is it a girl mentality if you're with a group of girls and someone is jealous of somebody that they can think of ways to kind of taint that person or paint them in a bad picture for the rest of the girls? You were talking about pack mentality.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's kind of going on here?
I say with good friends, that doesn't really happen.
No,
but
yeah.
people who are like frenemies,
Yes.
oh yeah. I mean, there are people that you hang out with who you enjoy their company most of the time, but then like maybe they got a new bag, maybe their hair's looking really good.
Maybe somebody got a new part on the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're gonna.
LA.
Oh yeah. That's a
Oh
big.
my God!
yeah.
Congrats.
Bitch.
Okay. She didn't deserve that part.
I went in for that role too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, jealousy is natural. As long as you notice it in yourself, and then it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think they like want to be Sarah, you know,
Right.
or anything. I don't think they want to be this blonde girl with a huge butt or anything. I just think that they're jealous of like the attention that she gets, you know, the fact that she's not bothered by them. I
Yes,
think that
that's-
makes them jealous. The laundry is a perfect example when we get to that part.
They're trying to make her break, and she's not. It literally just bounces off her. She's like, yeah, I like
Bounces off that ass.
She's like, all silicone here. It bounces.
Exactly.
You can't hurt me.
How you gonna hit me in the titty?
Right.
Exactly.
She doesn't
Jealousy?
even really talk about it that much in the confessional. She's just like, eh.
Yeah.
I don't care.
She's not like, oh, I'm the baddest bitch because I don't care about anybody. She's just like, let's go
Yeah.
fight. Let's
Yeah.
pull over on the side of the road and just fight.
Yeah. Right.
That's what she says.
Let's talk about the girl who thinks she's one of the baddest girls in the house, Mimi, Miss Milyn.
Wait, she can't talk about Justin Bieber. When she was laying in bed, she's like, I can't talk about it.
But
Bitch, it's all you talk about.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring a bottle of Jack Daniels next week. Every time she says the word Justin Bieber,
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna be,
Shot.
we won't be able to do that.
They're like, Chevonne couldn't make it tonight.
We'll be like,
welcome to
We're gonna cut it early tonight.
you know, so she's sitting in there, and it's just so funny. And this is why I say I wonder if Mimi really is the master manipulator in the house, because out of everybody, for me, there's only one person that I see really being jealous of Stephanie, and that's Mimi, because she's the only one that kind of didn't like the things that were coming out of Mimi's mouth, Stephanie's mouth Sarah's mouth at first. Mm-hmm. And then if you watch Mimi, she loves when the girls are just sitting there like, tell us about the celebrities. I go to so many celebrities' houses, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I just sit here like, oh my God, whose house am I at?
You don't talk about that.
Dwight Howard and penises and Rob Kardashian. Like, girl, you are going to be blacklisted from everything.
And
first of all, now you're on Bad Girls Club, so you already going to be blacklisted.
Yeah, she's done.
You can never be A-list or B-list or C-list for that matter.
No,
now.
you're a permanent D.
Yeah.
And I feel like Sarah's the only one that threatens her. Everybody else is kind of like back burner people. No one's really coming to the front. And so she's like out for Sarah because she's like, she can't steal my fire.
Right.
So she sits there like, what can I do to like get her out, you know?
But I don't even think that Sarah like wants to be really famous or popular. I think
No.
she has the bodyguard thing, and I think that like when that guy was in the club that has written a song with Flo Rida, like semi-celebrity, Sarah went up to him, got his number, but I don't think it's because she was trying to be like, let me get in with the celebrity. She's like, you want to come over to the house and hang out? Like, she genuinely just wanted to like have him come over and hang out.
But she does like attention.
There is a networking part of that because I do look at it like, I don't know what she does for a living, but I can imagine her hitting up Brisco. I don't think she wants to sleep with that guy, Brisco, but I think it's more along the lines of like, wait, this could be a really good connect for maybe I could be in the video.
Yeah, she's a video model. She's a video model, yeah. That's what she does.
Show.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff.
And
So I
also-
see it for that purpose.
If you're on more than one reality show, which she is, you're a fame whore.
My other thing is, girl, I would if I seen you in the club with a damn little book, I would never give you my number because what if you lose that book?
Leopard pad.
And please tell me that's, I don't know, and maybe it ain't gonna happen. It looks like they're setting up for that pad, something to happen to that pad with those
Yeah, because
girls.
she's like, let me pull
I'm
out
surprised
my
Mimi ain't in that pad like,
Okay.
Right? Photocopying it. She's like, I already
Getting
know
on
too
Twitter.
many celebrities.
oh, I already know all these people. I've slept with them and they all have little
She's like,
dicks.
you're not in the media. She's jealous I'm in the media. I'm like, what?
You're on Radar Online, first of all.
Yeah.
I guess
Daybreak
it's
news story. Just
No, they can, but it's like super tabloidy. You were never in Rolling Stone. Come on, girl. She's like, I'm in another article in Rolling Stone about Justin Bieber.
it was probably Justin Bieber's black girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh, I'm in Rolling Stone again."
And I'm mixed. I'm not black. God, get it right. Oh, that irritates me. I gotta talk to her about that. I really want to know what that is.
I don't, we want to know
with
what's
the-
Yeah, we want to know what that is.
what's happening.
What's happening?
God, I hope she comes in.
What? Oh no, she's for sure.
Are you kidding me?
coming
She's
in.
gonna be here at 3:00.
Right, and she actually she called a friend of mine, Giselle. That's we know Giselle, so Giselle will probably help us get her in here. But my thing is this. I don't hate Mimi because she's very entertaining for the show.
She's good for the show.
I think she went in this show knowing it. Even if she didn't sleep with Justin Bieber, all this stuff, I can't talk about. Why can't you talk about it? Are you in a lawsuit? Is there something that
right.
you can't say?
But did she?
But it's just about, she probably had a quick picture taken. She was by Justin Bieber, something like that. How can we milk this? How can we play this? How can I bring ratings to myself?
She probably like lied to one of her girlfriends. Like she probably saw Justin Bieber out, told one of her friends, I hooked up with him, and it blew up, and she kind of couldn't stop it, and was like, all right, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Exactly.
She said she loves scandal. She loves being infamous. Whatever.
So Sarah calls her friend Burger.
Where did he come
Burger.
from? That came out of nowhere.
Sarah knows a lot of
Burger.
people in Miami.
She does. Yeah, I'm like, burger? What?
All I gotta say is it made me want a burger. She
too.
kept saying the word burger so much. I was like, damn, I haven't had a burger in a while.
Sarah's 27, right?
Yes.
As a 27-year-old girl, I need you to not hang out with people named after
Burger.
food.
Okay. Me and French fry going along.
Right.
Okay,
Me
girl.
and Big Nugget hanging out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shawty McDollar. Like, girl, boy. They go on a duck tour, which that was the most turned up duck tour
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
When it was on the street, that was pretty crazy for
That was
them to
like
be
Mardi
doing all
Gras.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Mardi Gras
I'm actually
duck tour.
really surprised that that company allowed them to flash people off that, because isn't
Yeah.
the duck tour like known? It's like a family.
Family.
It
thing,
is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. That behavior's okay once you hit the water, but like when you're like rolling through the streets of Miami, that's not cool.
That
That's
guy was
not
loving
cool.
it though.
Yeah, he's like, come back again anytime. Yeah.
Again,
And again.
Again.
Just a Hawaiian
Can't
shirt.
blame him though. Cannot
again.
blame him.
Yeah. And again.
And
And they
again.
had alcohol too.
And again.
Which they brought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a cooler there. Like they
like
didn't bring a cooler. Like that duck tours definitely probably provided that.
No,
There was a
they
big ass
probably-
cooler.
They probably bought the cooler. They probably
Yeah,
brought
because
all the
Mimi
stuff
had
for
the big thing of vodka in her hand, so they brought it.
That
I like that Sarah was
30
like,
cent.
whatever, I'm hanging out by myself.
But
Bye.
I didn't really get her comment. She's like, they all want to act however. That I didn't even see anybody acting anyway.
because they weren't talking. to her.
Yeah, they weren't talking to her.
Like, you're-
Whatever. So they get back. Gigi calls her friend Dion, who she met at the nightclub.
Looks like Dr. Dre.
Really?
I thought so. Okay, maybe the cheese stands alone. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was gonna let you have that one. I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, I didn't
He
see
was.
it.
He seemed like a,
Old. He looked old to me.
he was older, but the older they get, the usually more respectful they are. And he seemed like a really cool guy.
Thank
He brought
you.
2 bottles because we've seen some boys come there with
Nothing.
Andre,
Right?
talking about bringing some damn 30-cent beers. Like, hey,
Natty
Or
Light.
coming with like 5 other guys and not bringing a damn thing.
Right.
That happened like I think in New Orleans, right? Didn't that
it's
happen?
gonna happen a lot of times.
Yeah.
Let's keep
I
it
didn't
real.
bring nothing.
And then everyone's going off this thing that Sarah's flirting with Dion. He's the only guy in the house. And we see this happen every season when someone brings a guy over. All the girls flock around him. Yada, 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 yada. Sarah takes off her thing. She's in her bra and panties, which she's always in.
Yes.
She always is, but she came out in a robe and took it off and
Yeah.
said, "Do you want to see my underwear?"
She did.
Oh, I didn't hear her say, do you
I
want to see
know
my
they didn't play her
They didn't
saying
say
it.
it.
Someone else said she
Well,
said
Mimi
that.
said she said it.
Do you wanna see
Either way,
something?
Tiana said it.
Either
I could see her saying
way,
it.
it happened. Totally, it happened. She came out in her bra, and as soon as or in a robe, and as soon as she walked out, I was like, "Oh my god!"
But come on, if you know all these bitches in the house hate you, it's just like, oh, let's just make them mad.
Might as well.
That's your man. Watch. Because if
Exactly.
Mimi came out in her bra and panties,
Nobody
no
would-
one would even notice. They would have been like, "Ooh, what's this dust over here?" Like,
Exactly.
But this is before they sat her down to get her kicked out, right?
No, it's after.
before, yes. No,
No,
no.
I think it's before.
It
I
is
think
before.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
before,
it's
and it's
Oh,
before
okay.
she really knew that they all generally
She
didn't like her. So I don't-
had to have gotten. I don't think
Yeah.
she. I
Talking
think
to
she
you,
thought
yeah.
everyone hated her except Stephanie, Tiana, and Jazz. I
Yeah.
think she knows Mimi don't really mess with her like that. Gigi don't mess with her. Theresa, that bitch, clearly just.
She's bipolar.
right. Teresa just
possibly.
snaps out the wall. Like I'd be like, you know what, girl, you can be mad at me, just don't talk to me.
Okay. You
I'm
stay
like,
over there.
Right, you talking about the cheese stands alone. Go, you go right outside and smoke that cigarette. I'll smoke mine after you come back in. Like, I
Yes.
do not need to have that awkward conversation out on the patio. Like,
No.
So look at this weather. Ooh, I'm smoking a cigarette really quick.
But I don't think that Sarah was doing it because she knew all the girls hated her. I think she was doing it because she wanted attention from a guy.
And that's just Sarah.
right.
That
But
is who
what did she say
is.
about her dad? I
Well,
knew I called it daddy
yeah.
issues. What did she say about her
She
dad?
said that she grew up not having a father, or her father was a drug dealer
he was on
and stuff
drugs
like
or
that.
something.
So, okay, daddy issues.
She's male attention
Right.
starved.
End of story.
Yes, I mean that's what it is.
But at some point, you need to grow past that. And
Yes,
and
and take
if she's
responsibility.
27, she's way past the time when she should be
Okay,
over
but
that.
we've also seen bad girls who have had daddy issues who do a lot more. Like they be on the guy's lap. They be come on, look at Rocky and
Rocky.
what's her
oh.
name? Shannon. How they were acting when guys would come over,
Yeah.
or other people's dudes would come over. Who was it that's made out with the with Erica's
that
man?
nasty girl. That she was so trashy. What was her name?
Oh, who's she talking about? Ooh, I
With the
wanna
little
know.
short hair.
Yeah.
She was a replacement. I forgot. She ended up hooking up with Stephanie. The other. I don't remember her
Yeah,
name.
I
She
can't
was
off the top of my head. Irrelevant.
She was ignorant.
Right. And to me, Tiana was instigating the most. And this is what I've noticed a lot tonight, is that Tiana is an instigator.
Yeah.
Because it's like, don't be mad at Sarah. I feel a little bit Tiana is jealous, or there's something that Tiana wants that Sarah has. Because why else would you go, let me run inside. Gigi just went in the kitchen. Girl, you hear how she talking? She took the robe off. And Gigi wasn't even acting like she even noticed.
Yeah,
She was just like, she doesn't like the guy, first of all.
She was in a baggy t-shirt and sweats. If a guy you like is coming over, she wears some cute shorts.
Yeah, and Mimi even said later, Mimi's like, if she's like, if you actually liked him, then it would be wrong. Like, so she clearly doesn't like him. But yeah, she totally instigated it.
And
even at the photo shoot, she did the same thing.
That,
This is when Mimi came and said, down, she's like, ooh, shit was popping.
right, but you ain't gonna like it when it turns on you. But it's funny because you have Gigi sitting there talking about bringing this guy over. She probably didn't like him because she probably likes younger guys. And in the club, after a few drinks, the lighting, because he had good skin.
And his
but
glasses on.
she was like, ooh, it's a young Dr. Dre. Then she gets here and she's like, oh, shit. It is 2013. You're right. What about Dre? All right, everyone's over Sarah, but they can't stop talking about the damn bitch. I mean,
even when they were in the kitchen getting ready for the photo shoot, they're all like, "What do you think Sarah's gonna wear? How do you think she's gonna act? What? Why do you care? You are so worried about Sarah." Like,
and the one time, honestly, because if anyone else can name a scene tonight where Sarah's name was not brought up,
Please.
This is the one scene that I found that Sarah was not brought up. Mimi called her friend Giselle, and she's talking about, of course, she's not talking about Sarah, she's gonna be talking about Justin Bieber.
Right.
Talking about Justin Bieber and how she's, she loves the drama, and she wore a Team Selena shirt, and she got 2,000 more followers. But she's a low-key girl, she doesn't really like to party.
and she's shy.
What did was it Tiana? She called her a socialite. She's like, oh no, you're a socialite.
She's like, so you're a socialite?
No, she's not a socialite.
No,
I know,
that is
like,
not.
Is she met a real socialite?
Girl, Paris Hilton is a socialite.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I
let's
never
get
thought
it.
the day I'd pick Paris over anyone.
Paris Hilton?
Yes.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is though.
She's what made the word come back into pop culture,
Right.
socialite.
I would love to get like a socialite bad girls club. Let's get Paris.
Right?
Nicole Richie, but back in the day.
Richie.
Not Nicole Richie now.
Nicole
Nicole Richie
Richie
from
now
Simple
is-
Life.
Lindsay Lohan.
yes.
That would be
Amanda
real cool.
Bynes.
Yeah.
Oh, Amanda Bynes. I would die for
Miley
Amanda Bynes.
Cyrus now.
That would be a really good bad girls club. That'd be a hot mess though, because it would only be white girls, and that would be on some other type.
Oh my god.
All right, so then the girls have a house meeting without Sarah first, so that they all can continue to talk. They're like, we're talking shit about Sarah. Let's all do it together. So then they come to the terms, yep, you know what? We all don't want to hear? Yep. We're telling her she's out of the house.
I love how they're all so assertive. She needs to go home. She's going home.
But nobody has a
Shut
real
up.
reason.
Yeah.
And Jazz, to me, seems to kind of be headlining the tour on this.
Yeah, for whatever.
Yeah, she
reason.
did for sure.
That's the most democratic bullying I've ever seen. Usually they get your stuff and put it in a trash bag, throw it outside. I packed for you.
Yeah.
I packed for you.
They're like, let's
just
have
all
a
sitting there.
house
Yeah.
meeting.
So how do you feel about leaving the house?
But that's how they are with their
Ready?
fighting too. Like fighting usually pops off like, oh no, this bitch didn't say it. She runs to the room and just starts smashing
This is the
her. This
weirdest
is like, all right,
thing.
everyone
Yeah.
square up, like
Structure.
and go. Like,
Yeah, it's
So
really
we've never seen anything
Yeah.
like this
Odd.
season.
like when Sarah was pushing Gigi, but lightly. I was like, I'm really uncomfortable right now. I don't
I
know
was
what is
uncomfortable,
going
too.
on.
Actually, I got why Sarah did that
I did
because it was like she was instigating her to see how hard she really had to push her to see her snap.
Oh, that's true.
Because the producers probably were like, girl, that was a close one. So Sarah was like,
Watch your
"All right,
face."
right. So like, let me back up. You know what I'm saying? So they have the house meeting. Everyone wants Sarah to go home. Jazz says, I feel really uncomfortable with you sleeping in my room. I don't like to sleep with snakes. Like,
Then move out.
Right.
You're not chained to the bed. Go.
Right? And then they told her she should move on the couch. They're like, you should.
no.
She's like, this.
Sarah
I think
was
this
too
is
quiet
your
for
new
me.
bed. Way too quiet.
because I would have been like, bitch, bye. You can sleep on the couch. Otherwise, you want to see a snake, boo.
Right.
I'll be slithering right through your
She
field.
does not care.
Wait, with no hair. You just what the?
And then she's like, well, I like you, and Jazz like, thank you.
I really appreciate that. What?
And then Theresa was like, we don't like you. Don't tell us that you like us. We don't. Nobody likes you.
It was too much.
You can't sit with us. Or it was more like, you can't drive with us after packing
And like
themselves.
you can tan outside if you need. I was like, what the hell is going on right now?
Fate's taken.
Thank you for telling me where I can go tanning.
Yeah. Well, that's when they were saying that she could sleep on the couch. So, like, if you, this is perfect for you, and then you could go tan when you want to, like.
Sarah's like, no, that's cool. Bye. Next.
Right, on to the next. We get Sarah calling her fiance, and I mean, he calls it what it is. They're jealous.
Yeah.
We also meet Mo,
Oh, Mo.
Sarah's
Rhino, hippo?
friend.
I think it was a hippo, yeah.
Somebody said when she got to the house and she had it, and Mimi's like, oh, it's a hippo. And Sarah was genuinely like offended. She's like, bitch, it's a hippo. Like, she was literally upset.
Yeah, she was really mad about that.
What was it? It was like, it looked like toilet paper bundled up to look like a hippo. Like, what was it?
What it was.
I don't know. It looked like a piggy bank at one moment. And then I didn't know.
I was like, what the hell?
I'm just waiting for the girls to either take Mo or take the.
They'll take something. No
See, I
one's
would
done
freak
anything yet.
out if somebody took. That happened on one season. They took
The
something of
squirrel,
hers.
skunk, or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. It
was the little
something.
squirrel.
It was a stuffed animal that she had since she was
And
a
they
kid.
they buried it.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
no,
there was a
that's
skunk.
not-
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
Larry. No.
No, it
that's
was
not what I'm thinking of.
Andrea. It was Andrea, and it was the bear, and they threw it in the ocean.
That was it. I would freak out if that was my childhood.
Then don't bring it to- yeah,
You
exactly.
don't bring that stuff
Yeah.
to back.
Something is
I
important.
guess you
Don't
just
bring
don't
it
really
with
think
you.
about it when you're packing, but
Yeah.
anyway.
But she felt, she felt like she needed to put a seatbelt on it. So apparently it was very special
The
to her.
producers are probably like, can you bring something with you to talk to so we can have footage of you in the car?
And also too, like when they when she was like chauffeuring the other girls home, like I would have taken full advantage and been like, oh, you know what? I gotta go to CVS.
Right.
You know what? I gotta go to the gym. Y'all cool? All right, I'm taking the keys. All right, I'm gonna go catch a movie.
I would have locked them in the damn car.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go.
Anyone want Jamba Juice?
Exactly.
I'm so pissed they didn't show any of it.
Yeah.
Some
any of the
camera must have had a
ride.
malfunction or something because
Just even one little quick
one
shot.
anything. Yeah,
No,
they
been
must have
nice.
not hit
Or they were
recording.
probably talking, and they were saying something to her. Or you
Yeah.
think it was really quiet the whole time?
No,
First of all,
showed that.
because
They would have showed it if
a
it was
lot of the girls
uncomfortable.
can't drive. Like, I think it's like you probably have to have a good driving record or something. Because some of the
no
girls,
points or something.
Yeah, there's a reason only a couple of them drive
That's
everywhere.
right. That's
because
right.
I would have been like, oh well, bitch, y'all better pack up in the next one. Because if someone's not sitting in the front seat,
Okay.
then I ain't driving.
We can't all sit in this car.
Right? Because boo, like you said, I can go get my nails done.
Yeah, and Sarah said, she's like, the whole time they were talking about how I'm their chauffeur. Why didn't you show it? I had to
That's
see
so
it so
irritating.
bad.
Mimi's at the photo shoot. Mimi's calling out Justin Bieber and that he has a small dick and
A believer.
that Rob
was
Kardashian.
Justin.
Yeah, what is it? Someone with it.
She was like, yeah,
Someone
1
with this-
inch, and he was just in, or something like that.
Girl.
So here's where I think Sarah's totally right. She wasn't talking shit sitting in the green room. She was literally saying how it is. As an older woman, she's like, she's gonna regret that because she is.
Because she is.
She is.
Are you gonna say that to her face?
Yeah, I'm like, well, okay, creepy.
And
like,
she will,
Yeah. And Sarah's
though.
like, she was like, yeah, I will. And she didn't get mad. She's just like, yeah, she's like, no, it's a joke. She's like, we don't care like that. It doesn't matter. I have said it to her face. We don't care.
Yeah.
Mimi doesn't care.
And Tiana, she didn't let her go say it to her face because, of course, she had to pull Mimi's hand.
Yep.
Like, girl, listen to what she said.
And
like,
she was even worse. She got a little finger going
Yeah.
and the neck action going. Sarah wasn't doing all that,
Sarah,
you know?
no.
you know who Tiana reminds me of? You ever seen In Living Color? You ain't heard it from me.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, Kim Wayans.
Yeah,
yeah.
played that character.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
funny.
whatever. They go back home. Tiana says, "Oh no." Tiana says, "Wait a minute. Actually, let's go back to that." Tiana says, "You're being extra." Why is she being extra?
You're being real negative.
Right.
Yeah, she's like extra negative.
Because Tiana wants to be invited to whatever celebrity parties that now Mimi ain't gonna be able to go to.
Yeah, are you a socialite? Like, she wants to be friends with Mimi, so she's like sticking up for her.
It reminds me of like in Natalie Nunn's season when God, what was the little girl? No, she wasn't a little girl. The one who was like her friend or like her little minion because she's like, well, I don't like Natalie, but she has really good connections, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
She literally said that.
Oh.
She's like, she has
Yep.
good connections, so I'm gonna, I'm gonna hang out with her.
Yep.
Or what was her name?
I can't even remember her face.
Yeah. Right? What happened to her?
She clearly will not be on All-Star Battle 2.
She didn't make nobody's impression.
Right.
So Sarah's hairdresser, Jason, comes over while all the girls decide to go out and do laundry. Sarah's like, okay, go do your laundry in your laundry clothes while I come and get fabulous.
Yeah, well, I have a guy come to the house that I pay to do my hair.
She must know people there. What the heck?
Yeah.
Well, Atlanta's not far from Miami, so.
Oh, okay.
And if she's a video girl, she probably
That's true. That's
been
true.
in Miami.
That's true.
Well, so somebody walked down the stairs and like kind of invited her to go. It wasn't like extending an invitation, but they're like, "Hey, we're going to do laundry
I
if
think
you
it
want
was
to come."
Theresa.
And so, yeah.
And Mimi was in the corner on a cell phone.
I know, right? She was on a
Producers.
cell phone,
She
everyone.
was.
I still didn't see it.
Mimi's the new
I saw
Natalie.
something, but I don't know what it was.
Mimi can get away with having a cell phone.
Because otherwise she was just standing in the corner being a creep.
Yeah.
So,
But if that was the case, why wouldn't they like obscure that somehow?
She
like
tried to step
production.
back.
to
She
show
tried to
that
step back.
scene, I guess they wanted to show that for whatever
That
reason.
they had invited
Yeah,
her.
that they invited her.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, they totally invited her, and she's like, "No, I can't. I'm actually getting my hair done." And then when they're all leaving the house, somebody says it, but I don't know who it was because they didn't show her face. They're like, "Yeah, she wasn't invited. Now she wants to pout. She's not pouting. She's
somebody
getting
did
her
say
hair
that.
done."
Somebody did say that. I was like, no, she
Oh,
First, she didn't get
haters.
invited. Second, she's not pouting whatsoever. She's getting glammed up while y'all are doing laundry.
And not to jump a little ahead, but you guys get mad at her for coming to the table with Brisco. You got mad at her for doing the attention thing with Dion. But yet y'all come outside and are sitting trying to get her hairdresser
Exactly.
to give you tips and to do your hair.
Especially Jazz. Hello. Like, what are you doing?
I think that they could see that this was a nice guy, because if he was a jerk and he wasn't like nice to them in a little bit, they wouldn't have come out there. But they could see that he was being nice to them and polite, so they jumped on it. Like, let's sit out there and make Sarah feel really uncomfortable as we befriend her guy.
But it makes them look stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
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 It doesn't make Sarah look stupid when she goes to Brisco and all that, because it's like, well, that's where everyone is. And I know if I go over there, I'm going to get attention.
Put on a little hoe pad. Oh, Sarah.
Because Sarah doesn't have a problem with anyone in the house.
No.
She's like, you can feel however you want to feel about me. That's fine. This is how I feel about you, too. You good? All right, cool. Want to do a shot? All right.
Yeah.
So then Sarah calls her bodyguard, and while she's on the phone, I guess Jazz was annoyed by her voice, so Jazz goes over and shuts the door, goes back in, and Mimi says, I'll give $100 to anyone who locks the door.
Where'd she get all this money
Girl,
from?
by producers, I
Yeah.
I'm
bet
like,
gave her
you
that
can just give somebody
$100
$100 for
And it-
real? Okay.
Not only is she an instigator now she's paying people to do stuff for her.
And they
I
do
don't
it.
And they do it.
I
And
would have
not
done it.
only that, but
$5 for what?
here's my
Nothing.
thing. Like, I mean, Jazz would have to do something like remarkably amazing within the next coming episodes. I need Jazz to come in studio before I can actually sit and be like, all right, girl, you ain't phony. Because you can not like Sarah. You can do all this stuff and feel whatever types of way, but the fact that you took that $100 and went over there, for what reason? Like, there's no reason. I could see Mimi doing it.
Right.
I could even, at this point, I could see Tiana doing it. I could see Theresa doing it. But I cannot see Jazz and Stephanie, because I was irritated with Stephanie kind of jumping on the bandwagon, because it was like, Stephanie, you were rah with Sarah trying to
Yeah.
get the baby monitors.
I
And
forgot Stephanie was
Jazz,
still on the show.
I know.
I was just about to say
She had like
that.
1 minute of screen time. 1 minute.
Yeah,
Clocked it.
she got little cuts, and that's
But
it.
my thing is, on top of it, Jazz, you were shit-faced, drunk, and the only person who
Only
rode with you
person.
in a cab and paid for it and covered you at the table was Sarah.
I'm telling you, she rooms with her. She hates her. She's jealous of her. She's sick of her, and that's it. Sarah's never done anything to her.
And you know what's so funny? It just hit me right now. Remember, if you noticed when Jazz sat down, she was talking about modeling. She was like, I was in LA. The thing about LA,
yeah.
everyone's so fake. You have to do all this stuff for free and modeling. And, you know, I realized like I was giving away something. Where here's Sarah, who's probably about her business, her
Oh
money.
yeah, Sarah not doing that for free.
Right.
No. not
So I
happening.
could see it. It could be like the Megan and Andrea from Mexico
yeah.
season. That jealousy. Remember, Megan really wanted to be in Show Magazine.
Yes, that's right.
And
Oh,
Show Magazine be getting play on Bad Girls Club.
right. They do. They do. I'm like, I need to pick me one up.
Oop. All right, girl.
Just look, whatever.
So while she's in there, Jazz goes, takes $100, locks the door, Fake.
But she didn't like walk up and lock it, and, like stare down. She's like,
And kept it moving.
Yeah.
Because she was scared.
yeah,
She
you
was-
think?
And we
After this
clearly
fight?
see how scared she gets at the end of this episode.
She cannot fight.
So Sarah's pissed. She's like, oh, this bitch has locked the door. Okay. Boop! Which I would have loved to have been in that house for that scene because you know Sarah's a thick girl, but
Yes.
she handles her weight very well.
Yeah.
She kicked that door open. It wasn't like she
It's
had to be like,
effortless. Yeah.
I know, she just did it.
God, I wanted her to walk right out there and just like. I guess she really didn't see who did it. Did she not see
No,
who
she
did
I
it?
think she saw it, yeah.
She saw.
Because she walked out. I just wish she would have walked right up to her and like punched her.
Well, I think she realized that it was just like a waste of energy.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm getting ready to go out.
Yeah,
Like,
about
you're,
to go
yeah,
out.
It wasn't like
was
she
just like,
struggled with
whatever.
it. She was a
Right.
bad bitch and
Yeah.
knocked it over.
She was like,
and I
yeah,
even
whatever.
think Gigi kind of gave her props when she was like, this bitch just kicked the door open. Because that would have blown my mind away. Like,
Yeah.
all right, girl.
She just sat in there. She didn't do anything. Remember when she got locked in?
Nothing,
She just
yeah.
sat in there.
I think that Sarah realized that by downplaying it, just by like, kicking it up and being like, what, that she looked
Yeah.
better. Yes, you're
But
right.
then Jazz was there talking shit again, like, yeah, bitch, I locked the door and you just gonna come in and put your head down. Like, girl, you weren't, that was not
That
a
was
bad
not-
move. First of all, you had to be paid in order to do a bad move.
And she
They
was real-
physically had to
yeah.
give you $100 for you to do something because you wasn't gonna do it before.
No, and she was real quiet. She's like, yeah, I did it. I did it. Yeah,
They're
I
like
did it.
sitting behind everyone.
Yeah.
Bye. I'm so over her. So they go to the party. Upcoming rapper Brisco. Brisco's been upcoming for many years.
Come on,
Clearly, he's where he's going to be. No shade, but no tape. I'm just saying. He invites the girls to the table. Sarah gets his number. The girls are hating and jealous again, and it's like, even because I don't even love Sarah like that, but it's just like. Real recognize real at one point. It's just like y'all are feeding her. Y'all are feeding the enemy, whether we like her, hate her, what. Just let her do her. It's 6 against 1. What else do you need to prove?
Right.
She gets the number. The girls are just mad. Burger comes. Now the girls are mad that Burger is there.
Now they hate Burger all of a sudden. Like,
Z got involved because she was like, who was it?
oh yeah.
Tiana was like, don't get a man involved in women's business.
Yeah.
Which, agreed, yeah.
I think what happened is Sarah was just talking to him about it, and she walked up and was
Right,
like, "What are you
being
guys
nosy.
talking about? Like,
Yep.
you can't
Yeah.
talk to your friend. I would talk to Jesse, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
about a
Right.
fight I was."
But I
having."
love the rules. You know what? That's not appropriate for you to be talking to other people outside the house. If you have something to say, you say to us, well, bitch, y'all don't want to talk to
Yeah.
me.
And
One.
she did tell
And
you.
then two, fast forward, because I'm sure Sarah didn't know it, but you want to talk about rules and doing certain things, but y'all are jumping people? Kill your damn self, girl. Go sit someplace. You need to go. You on the wrong TV show, boo. You need to be on whatever Oxygen's next show is. My Biggest Revenge. Go on that, girl.
Go
Because
on
clearly
that.
you have some issues.
Pastors of LA.
Right. There you go, Oxygen. You got a plug.
There you go.
So, Steph says, this is where I respect Stephanie. Stephanie says, you know what? Look, I don't fuck with you, but I don't, she says, I'm not going to say I don't fuck with you because then if I talk to you on the low, people are going to be like, oh, I'm fake. So I'm not going to say that. I do fuck with you. I don't like your actions sometimes. But I respect you for staying because if she had left, then they all would have been like, "Oh, she was so dumb."
She didn't even try. She didn't even try to stay. It's like, what?
I can't with this. And then I don't know where it started
Me
with the
either.
whole Sarah versus Gigi again. I think it
No,
was.
I know where it started. T started it, and then she completely started it, and like said something about Gigi, like, "Oh, you got in a fight with Gigi," and so Gigi's like, "Yeah, we did get in a fight," and just got her riled up. And then
Because they had been. This is after the club, so they were drunk.
Yeah, they're after the club. And then Sarah was saying something, somebody said something about being a friend. And Gigi's like, we're not friends. I'm not friends with somebody that hits me in the face.
Right.
And Sarah's like, fine, we're not friends. She's like,
Right.
but we're okay. She's
Right.
like, we don't have to be friends.
And then that gives Gigi has the power of the girls behind her. So that's like, no, you know what? Forget that conversation we had. Like, you pushed me first. You did. Yada, yada, yada.
And there's
That's not a
alcohol,
bad
and everyone's
girl.
clapping and yelling, and then it just gets all taken to the next level.
Yeah.
And Sarah was still trying to be like a little lighthearted about the situation. She's like, yeah, you got a bruise on your forehead. I got a bruise on my boob. Like, she was still trying to just kind of make the situation
No, see,
not
no,
so
I
much
think she
drama.
was trying to say, like, bitch, no, you got a knot on your head. I got a little scuffle on my
Exactly,
titty.
on my silicone.
I think it was more like that.
At some point, though, I really wish Sarah would just be like, you know what? I don't feel like talking about this again, and just walk away.
Right.
Just walk away.
Yeah, but she needs that camera time.
I think she's had
I also
enough,
think
right?
she's
I
like
think she's had enough.
not that bright, and she's just kind of like, huh?
Yeah, I do think she's ain't that
Like when they
bright.
were all talking to her in the house meeting, she kind of seemed like she didn't really know what they were saying.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, I don't want to leave. I'm not
know.
gonna leave. I think that she's kind of like, not all there.
She's
kinda.
legally blonde.
Or is she really
Blonde.
smart?
She just didn't
I don't
care.
know.
Maybe she's
No,
just
she's
playing it
not
off.
smart. To me, she's not smart because she has the best position in the house right now. A lot of girls can't be in that position
No.
and still be able to hold their own, and she's doing it effortlessly to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Effortlessly.
That's why I think. I don't
And
think she's
I
that
just don't
bad,
think
though.
she's playing it good. I think she just naturally is that person, which is why it comes off like that to
Oh,
us.
I see what you're
But I
saying.
don't think she's being strategic about it. Like, okay,
Because she would talk
who
about
can? Because I think honestly, who can I slip in? Because all she needs to do is leak into one person and be like, oh, all right, Steph will fuck with me a little bit. Good, all right, I got this. Play it cool for a little bit, and then come back at Mimi or somebody.
Right.
I think she's gonna gun for Mimi next, which obviously we see.
Oh yeah.
Is
she
gonna
is.
come next week. So they start yelling at everyone, and Sarah's joke pushing her, and Gigi wants her to push her harder. And then Jazz again, like, talk about
Tap
phony
me
to me.
in.
Tap me in.
What?
Bitch, first of all, this is not the WWE. I think she really thought this was the WWE because
tap me
bitch,
in.
she wasn't really trying to push her.
No.
She was on some like, no girl, if you're gonna come in here and talk all that smack, like,
And where
oh,
you-
I locked the door and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Like, let's see the rah
And from
rah.
where she's from, I was like, is that her fighting? Like, that's what we've all been waiting for? What was
She did
that?
not fight.
There's a lot of reach fighting that was going. It was like
Yeah.
Sarah was trying to get to
it
her.
wasn't like yeah.
And then when Sarah finally did get to her, 3 girls pulled her by her hair from behind.
Yeah,
That was so
and then the
messed
whole
up.
house is in on the fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we,
Sarah's been in every fight
Yeah.
this season.
And she
Yeah.
gets in
Every
another
fight.
one next week.
Yes, she does.
and they keep talking about
I
it.
don't see any bruises on her. I know that we're talking about bruises, but she doesn't look like she's in any kind
And
of
she
trouble.
got that fair white skin. You would see
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, she definitely has one on her boob. I saw that, but it's kind of like it's not like she walks in the house like I'm gonna fight everybody who wants to
No.
fight. It kind of just comes her way,
And she's like, okay.
okay.
And she's probably used to that. That probably happens in her everyday life where she's just, that's why she's so nonchalant. She's like, bitch, what is it? Oh, it's Tuesday. That's why this happened.
White girl in Atlanta with the booty like that, of course she comes across haters.
Right.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we got the big jump. On that note, let's head into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
So next week we get Brisco coming over. Theresa goes bipolar. I don't know. She pulls a Britney Spears.
But did you notice that I don't think Sarah was in the car? I didn't see any blonde hair in the limo.
I didn't see, but
I
there's
didn't
also
either.
that camera. If you notice, whenever they have the camera in it, there's always that one girl all the way to the end, close to the door, that is never in the shot because it's always that one person usually saving the one.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she was there or she just didn't go out that
Yeah,
night.
maybe
Like,
she
fuck
just didn't
these
go
girls.
out. Because we know she's on the show because the very first scene they showed in the commercial break was her and Mimi talking the
Yeah,
next
so she's
day.
on the episode,
in their
yeah.
same outfits from the fight. So
Unless she goes home after the fight with Mimi and then
Right.
we get a replacement in 2 episodes from now, maybe.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to see Sarah stay throughout the whole.
Me
I do too because it's just really interesting to me. It's like a science experiment
Yeah.
just to watch
Yeah.
bitches be hating.
But I'm
Bitches
kind of sick of it a little
be
bit. I'm ready for somebody else to bring something, Theresa, next week to the table.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I want to talk about somebody else. I think
Yeah.
my mouth doesn't want to ever say Sarah again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm entertained by her, but after tonight, I'm kind of like,
Enough,
Okay,
right?
we get it.
Who would we want out the house? Who's not giving it
Stephanie.
enough?
Stephanie. She
And
can go.
before this episode, Jesmo, I think someone talked to her and was like, "You need to step it up a notch."
Exactly.
Because she was too
Yeah.
much in this episode.
yeah,
The
she's too
producer
much.
was like, hey, could you, do something?
And
Yeah.
Stephanie could be so great, but I kind of feel like maybe she's missing her family or something.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be popping off a lot more.
Yeah,
Because
me
she
too.
talks about it in her, interviews, but,
Me too, yeah.
yeah.
Well, she got that Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? She might be a little calmed down.
Exactly.
She got that suburban Connecticut.
Martha Stewart living.
Right.
It's a good thing.
Who's one of your favorites? I mean, other than who do you like out of the Bad Girls group?
I like Gigi, although
Yeah,
I
I
don't
like
want to
Gigi.
like her because she's like Miss Popularity now, and it seems like everyone just loves her, so now they're ganging up on Sarah, but I do like her.
I like Gigi.
And I like Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah and A little bit, Mimi, just because she's entertaining.
I was just about to say that.
A little,
Me too.
I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
she's a little entertaining.
Yeah, she
Gigi,
is.
Sarah, and what?
Mimi.
What? Can't even. And Mimi, they're doing it for me this season. All right. Let us know what you guys think. You guys can hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You guys can keep the conversation going with us on Twitter and Instagram. Me at DJ Jesse J.
Steph Bauer TV.
Drea Renee _N.
At Chevonne_Hughes.
Till next week, same time, same place. Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.